Hello traders everywhere, Adam Hewison here with your midday market report for Monday the 22nd of July. I hope you all had a great weekend. Barbie shows her age and has gold finally bottomed out. We'll be looking at Mattel stock today. We'll also be looking at Teva Pharmaceuticals and Hess, as well as looking at the gold market in depth, plus our usual market. So let's get started right away. Going to our portfolio, and we have the Dow started. So the Dow has got three triangles for the S&P, two for the NASDAQ, but still very strong markets. We still like those markets, and we think they can go higher. We keep nudging higher. It's just like a gradual nudge, but technically this market looks like it can go quite a bit higher, at least another, dare I say it, 1,000 points on the Dow. So let's go to the S&P 500. And the S&P 500 still a very positive sign there. The reason we think we're so bullish, and here's a very simple way to measure how we like this market, is just because we've covered over this highs here. It's really taking this measurement from here up to here and projecting it higher. So you're looking at, let's say, we'll call that 1680 on the high, and we'll call that, just say, 1580 on the low, just to make it around 100. That would take us around 1780. So 1780 would be a target zone for the S&P 500. So we're currently trading at 1695, so maybe another 80-90 points higher. I think that would probably be where we'd sort of call it a day for the time being and take a look at it at that point in time. So let's move on to our next market, and that's the NASDAQ. NASDAQ is sort of doing okay. It's really the first one that clear the gates, taking out the highs that we're seeing in late May, and we still think this market can go higher. We've sort of lost a little bit of momentum here, one of which was just the technical stocks taking a beating on Friday, but they're coming back today. Apple's certainly coming back, and we expect that market to go higher. So gold market, now this is an interesting one. We had a signal that came in on Sunday, and that was yesterday. Of course, gold trades 6 days a week, so if you can follow that on MarketClub. We track real-time prices for gold around the world, and you can see today's action. We're currently trading at 1334. We kicked in at 1296, so that's $34 ago, and we still think this market can go higher. One of the big events here is this level back here. We reached down to the 1183 level. We were looking for 1170 as a Fibonacci retracement, and we got pretty close when you consider this is over a period of a couple of years. So I think that's maybe close enough for what we're looking at. If you also, I want to look at the weekly, because if you look at the weekly, you can take an idea of where this MACD line is just beginning to, you can see it right there. The MACD line is looking, it's flattening now. It's trying to make that turn. And once we make that turn, I think we'll be on our way. So generally speaking, we're positive right now on an intermediate term basis. A longer term monthly trade triangle is still negative. So bear that in mind. But looks like gold's trying to put in a bottom finally for the gold bulls. Lastly, looking at crude oil. Crude oil is a little bit of profit taking today, but let's just go back to a daily chart, which is what we like to look at. This is the weekly, and of course we're down a little bit for the week so far, but it's still early. Sort of a little bit of profit taking around the 108. We were looking for a 110 print. We still think that's still doable, but obviously we're very, very overbought, and I think you want to watch this level here. So if nothing else flares up in the Mideast, we may see a little bit of a pullback. So just watch that carefully. Let's go look at the euro against the dollar. We've been bullish on this market. We've got all our trade triangles are green. Positive day today. Trading at 131.92 looks good. Looks for a potential test of the 134 area. Certainly the 133 is in the cards. So I think the dollar is going to continue to be a little bit soft here for the time being. But the trend is your friend. You know, we've talked about these bottoms that we've seen in this particular cross. We have lows that come in right here. This is a very important level to look at here and here, not to mention this one here. So this is really forming the base of a very strong area of support for the euro. Whether that's good or bad really is not important. What is important that it is an area of support for the euro. So let's just clear the screen and let's take a look at what we were talking about before. Barbie getting old. Maybe she should retire. Also, we were looking at Hess and also Teva Pharmaceuticals. Now, they all showed up today on our trade triangle page. And here we are looking at Mattel. 3 trade triangles. You can see negative on the red one. That came in today. If you just mouse over it, you can get an idea of where it came in. So 41.91 was the area. It was a signal to go negative. It's 42.36. Not unusual for to get a signal for the market to go a little bit against you, but certainly we want to be short Mattel. Hess, we had a signal to get long. That came in at 74.48. It's 73.49, a dollar lower. And Teva Pharmaceuticals, we also had a signal there to come in at 40.48. That's currently trading at 40.56, a little bit higher. But generally speaking, these are starts, beginnings of what we think are pretty important moves. You can see Mattel, big drop last Friday. Kicked in, follow through Monday. When you see a market close on its lows on Friday, chances are it's going to follow through on Monday. But this was a situation where we did have a signal, a legitimate signal. And I think we could take this, I'll show you what we're looking at in terms of technicals. I'm going to go just to a simple close-only chart. It's easy to do on MarketClub. And what I want to pencil in is just show you what we think can happen here. So what we looked at is the key level was right here and right here, sort of double top at 47. Okay, then we have this big support level, much like the euro. Remember those 3 points here? We went through that here, and that's at 44. If you subtract 44 from 47, it gives you 3. If you subtract 3, 44, that gives you 41. So we're looking at the 40-41 level to be an area of support for Mattel. But generally speaking, we think it's going to drift down to those areas. So, hey, this is Adam Hewison. We hope you enjoyed this. And look at the markets on a Monday morning. And I will be back soon with another report. Have a great trading day.
You can find Adam Hewison as a regular contributor on Bloomberg, Business News Network, CNBC, and Fox Business News.